Speaking of Arsenal and everything that's going on, they play Man United. They play us, Staffy, on Sunday. How are you feeling ahead of the game?
We are the underdog for this game. I'm going to stay very humble. I'm going to keep my feet on the ground. We're going to the Emirates, a place that we didn't travel well to recently for the last few years. I don't remember the last time we won there. I think it was under Jesse Lingard when he scored. So we haven't won there in a minute. I don't care about how many injuries they have. They have a bigger chip on their shoulder. They need to win a trophy. They're pretty much at the League Cup, let's just be honest. And they need a bounce back. And I expect them to try and bounce back this game. United, on the other hand, we had a very good game against Liverpool. I did say in our chat, if you guys remember, I said a few weeks ago, I think I said it to Dan Potts. I said that we're gonna set up better against the bigger teams than we do against the smaller teams. And so far, it's kind of been proven. I mean, we picked up a result against Chelsea. We beat City, and then we had a very, very good game that I believe we should have won against Liverpool. So we're actually setting up better against the bigger teams than anyone else. And I do think more and more, the more I watch how Amarim runs games, I think he's a big game manager, and I think he's going to prove that over the next few years. Right now, obviously, still doesn't have the squad for it, but he's very good at setting up against teams in big occasions. I don't want to gas myself up. I do think we'll play well. I want us to win, but I'm not going to say anything reckless so people don't come at me and say, oh, you're just saying it because you hate Arsenal. No. You know what? I'm going to do what Hassan does. You guys get pissed when he does that, right? I'm going to do that too. We're not the favorites. We're the underdogs. We're not expected to win. So no one should put pressure on United. All pressure should be on Arsenal. Arsenal are in their win now year. We are just starting after our failed rebuild, we're starting a new rebuild with this manager, with this club. So there should be no high expectations on us. I do, however, expect us to play well. We have a lot of more players available than them. Their front line stinks, I'll be honest. Their front line is just horrible. Their back line is very good, but their front line is just horrible. But I like the fact that we had a week off. We seen what we did against Liverpool when we had a week to prepare. And I'm so happy that we got knocked out of the AFL Cup. Because if we just played on a Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we have to play Arsenal on the weekend, I wouldn't fancy our chances. But we have a lot of players returning. We're coming off a high in terms of performance against Liverpool. Maybe a win would have made it a lot better, but we had a very good performance against them. And I expect a big game against Arsenal. I don't think Arsenal has the firing power that Liverpool have. So I'm going against a team that struggled to score against me anyways when they had Saka. They relied on set pieces. So now without Saka and in the form that we're in, I kind of fancy our chances more. But I'm not going to get gassed and I'm not going to say anything. We are the underdogs. Arsenal, it is your job to beat me on the weekend. I should have no chance against you. You're in phase 5 with Mikel Arteta. You spent all this money. You have a better manager than mine. You have a better team than mine. You have a better backline than mine. You have a better stadium than mine. You have a better fan base than mine. So you're expected to win this game. I'm just the underdog, bro. I'm just here, just trying to play good football and build something. So pray for us.
Please don't let the set pieces do you again. Please don't let that happen
bro,
again, bro.
How can I promise you that?
Because what it is about United, right? Watching that game when you lot played them at the Emirates, bro, you were in the game until half time, right? And in the second half, when that first goal went in, it was wraps from there. That's when they just put their hands around your neck and they scored another set piece again. They scored 2 set pieces that game, right?
2 corners.
Yeah, 2 set pieces. But the first half was equal, bro. You had more possession than them. Obviously, you weren't really creating much in the final third. But after your performance last game against Liverpool, that should, hopefully for United fan, give you a little bit more confidence in front of goal. You know what I'm saying? Garnacho, I thought when he came on, I thought he actually had a decent cameo. I don't like the guy, but I think he was good when he came on. Ahmad wasn't great, but again, it seems to have that killer instinct when it comes to playing big teams. He's done it against Liverpool last season in FA Cup. He's done it against Man City this year and obviously against Liverpool again away. So he might be able to offer you a bit of end product. Rasmus, for me, it isn't cutting it right now, so I'm not even going to put any hopes on him. But listen, I think it's going to be an interesting game, man. I think Arsenal right now, you can't look at them going away and think they're scary. Like what Terry liked to call them before. They're not scary right now. They're they're quite vulnerable. You know what I mean? They're a team that are low on confidence. They're a team that have multiple injuries to key players. You're looking at their right hand side. They've got no Saka. They've got no Nwaneri right now. Is man gonna start Havertz up there and start Jesus up top? Is he gonna start Jesus on the right, bro? Is he gonna start Trossard in the 10? Right? What's gonna happen with Odegaard? Odegaard's probably gonna start the game, but he ain't been performing great. You know what I'm saying? So Arsenal right now, bro, as a United fan, you should have the belief that you can beat them, man. Honestly, because they're just not playing that well, and their fans, even in the games. The guy was saying yesterday, Terry, in the games, there's a lot of seats that aren't getting, like, they're not selling out right now because a lot of fans aren't believing what's going on right now. Do you know what I mean? So it's bad vibes. You're not going to the Emirates where it's rocking and they're playing well. They're not playing well. They're very much on edge. You know, and it reminds me of when they played Bayern Munich. If you remember when they played Bayern Munich, right, at the Emirates, they were getting excited. Oh yeah, Bayern Munich aren't the same.
Remember what the girl said?
Was quiet.
Remember what the girl said? Bring me Bayern Munich. Bring me Bayern. Yes.
Yeah.
Bring me Bayern, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, I'm telling you.
Come on, Tito. Bring me Bayern, Tito.
And remember, he was yelling, whispering because his kid's sleeping. Bring me
bro,
Bayern.
Like Robbie said, Terry,
big patch on his forehead.
Bro, like
Come
Robbie said, believe.
Happy birthday, gal. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Is that you trying to do a gal's voice?
No, because I always find he's got that kind of MJ voice, isn't he? So like, Jermaine, Tito, let's go, Shimon sleep.
That sounds like a gal. To be fair,
that does sound like a gal, yeah, man. But
yeah,
honestly, I think
right. Though, huge pressure on Arsenal to win this game. I think it is important for Man United to win because they haven't got many wins this season under Amorim, and you want to try and continue that sort of good vibes and momentum from the Liverpool draw. But it's important to start winning, and this would be a great opportunity if Man United can go to the Emirates and win. The boost it would give in morale and confidence would be huge. So, but Arsenal, like I said, the pressure going into it for them, if they was to lose at home to Man United, that is a bad look, considering everyone kind of feels they're out of the title race. They've just, like you said, effectively gone out of Carabao. They need to win badly. But at the same time, like Arsenal is still right now a much better side than Man United, just the way it is. So I expect Arsenal to win this game. They've got the tools, but again, like you said, they're vulnerable. So an upset is possible. I'm not going in my mindset of thinking because Arsenal haven't been that good, Man United can win this. I'm still looking at Man United where they are at the moment versus Arsenal where they are. Arsenal are still much better, and still when I look at the players, Arsenal
are still second in the league. They're still only lost one game in the Champions League and they're sitting third. So I'm not getting carried away in any way, shape, or form with their performance against Liverpool. Yes, they're not in great form, but no better time for Arsenal to turn up. No better time for Arsenal to give their fans something to shout about. All I've said all week, and I stand by it, I feel like now, after the week they're on form, we have a better chance of beating them than we did, I believe, this time last week. I think our performance against Liverpool has given us more hope. And I think that it's probably made, and their performances plus ours have probably made them think, oh, but equally that might kick them into gear more. Maybe it's going to mean they don't underestimate. I think Liverpool, I'm taking nothing away from us, but maybe they were a bit cocky, a bit cocksure. Maybe they underestimated us a little bit in that game. However, I'm intrigued to see the starting lineup because they went strong Tuesday night against Newcastle. Wednesday next week, they play Spurs in a North London derby, and they're not going to give up on the league title race from now, no matter how much the fans say it's over. They're not going to give up just yet, and it's a North London derby. So I'm intrigued to see who they rest, considering the injuries they've got already.
Strong, surely, Terry, though, too, because like I said, going out the FA Cup this early,
they might. But if you look at Arsenal's fixtures, they're basically playing every 3 to 4 days between now and the next international break. They can't play full strength every single game. Maybe they do for these 3 games, but they've still got to this is the thing. They've still got to manage the workload. And unlike, we've got a game next week as well, but not till the Thursday, but we've played 1 game a week for 2 weeks, where Arsenal haven't. They've played multiple. And I just think that for me, that's what I'm intrigued about. If they go full strength, they're the favourites no matter what. If they go full strength, I think they win. If there's 3 or 4 bits of rotation, if there's a Kivior and a Zinchenko on the pitch as an example, then I think we put in a performance equally as good as Liverpool last week, then there is a chance that we knock them out. And I'd love to knock them out. I'd absolutely love to knock Arsenal out. From an Arsenal point of view, if that happens, I think things could become I think it could damage their entire season if they get knocked out. Because I feel like the
season is over this Sunday if we beat them. I'm not even joking. If Arsenal do not beat this United team this Sunday, just wrap up the season. The confidence that is gonna be all right. The way fans will turn on Arteta this Sunday, if they lose to United, it's gonna be generational. We will witness the end of. I really do believe it. I think we will witness the end of Arteta at Arsenal with a lot of fans this Sunday if they lose, because every Arsenal fan is looking at the way we've been playing all season, and they rightfully so, they don't really fear us. They shouldn't really fear us at this moment. But the way they've been playing and the way Newcastle handled them and where you're sitting in the league, and you have Spurs coming up next game, so that's also a lot of pressure. If you go out of 2 cups in the same week with the way you're playing football, with your position in the league, I think the internet will break on Sunday. I'm not even joking. If United get a win and they knock them out, by hook or by crook, the internet is breaking on Sunday. Rightfully so. This United team.
That's why I'm pulling for Man United.
You should not beat United. United should not be beating Arsenal whatsoever. I understand we had a good.
You're shameless. You're shameless,
bro. I'm not.
We all want to see it. Don, you want to see Man United win this game?
That'll be beautiful. That'll be beautiful because I know United ain't gonna win it anyway. So that'll be fucking fantastic, mate.
Bro, for content, you'd love to see it. I'm telling you this: if United win, tune into the match reaction for the Terrace. I'm telling you, a minimum of 10K people watching, and I'll be one of them. Hell, I'll be on the panel. How about that? That's how
so big. So relax, Steffi.
No, I'm telling you, bro, because United have no business beating this Arsenal team on Sunday. Their back line is so good compared to the trash that we have going up front that I don't even see a scenario on how we score. Like it has to be some type of fluke or some freakish mistake from Arsenal for us to score. This team is so far from being so far off United to lose a game like this. You have I look at this backline that Arsenal have, and they have a title-winning backline. Saliba, Gabriel, Timber, whoever they play. I mean, if White was fit, whatever, but Raya, that backline, that back 5, that's a league-winning backline. I look at the midfield. Yes, maybe sometimes there's issues with certain games, but they have a very good midfield compared to ours. The only issue right now is their front line. Still, that is still a lot more than what United have right now. 5 years into this manager, they should have solutions. When they go through a rough patch or they receive a loss like they did against Newcastle, this manager should know this team enough where, like, you know what, we lost, but I know the solution for the next game. And that's how it should be. They cannot afford, it would be absolutely unacceptable. I'm telling you, it would break the internet if they got eliminated from the cup on Sunday. Because we know, just be honest, you're not really going back to St. James Park and you're coming back from a 2-0 loss at home. It's pretty much done. It's not officially done, but we the writing's on the wall. It's over. The league is not looking like it's in your hand anymore. Liverpool are trying to run away with it. Champions League, they've never won it, so I can't really say much about it. They still have a chance, but it's much tougher to win it than anything. You have to beat this United team on Sunday, and anything but a win is unacceptable, let alone the manner of the win, because they should be winning this game comfortably. United they haven't recruited yet anyone to play the style of play that Emirates trying to play. We still have fullbacks playing as wingbacks. I have Dello trying to be prime Cristiano Ronaldo against Trent last week because that's all we have to offer over there. We have a back 3 consistent of someone who's about 5'7", 5'8", who gets dunked on every week, and you have one of the best set piece taking teams in the league. You should be targeting that. There's so many deficiencies in this United team where I'm looking at it. That midfield, Rice, Partey, and Odegaard should absolutely be out-muscling Bruno and Ugarte, not just physically, and on the ball as well. There's so many things that I can sit here and list to why this team should be killing us on Sunday. But you know why no one really feels that right now? It's because of the lack of confidence and the lack of performances they've been having. You shouldn't be going in this game with any doubt. We just drew 2-2 with Liverpool, and people think it's a win. That's how much this Arsenal team has been struggling with the performances on the pitch. We're not going to do anything near to what Newcastle did because we're not as good as Newcastle. But you should be going into this game and winning it comfortably. If you do not, and if you lose, I'm telling you, it's over for Arteta. and it will be
Put some
rightfully
onus
so.
on Amorim though, Staffy, because I feel like obviously you went there with Amorim earlier in the season, and you did quite well in the first half. Really, you know what I mean? You was able to hold Arsenal out, and this is an Arsenal that had a much stronger team available to him. So I want to see what Amorim's learned from that and how he gets you guys playing. And he's had a lot more time with this team. It was under Amorim, wasn't it? You did go there under Amorim.
Yeah, it was his first week. I think it was like
he's had
third
more
game.
time coaching this team, so they should understand a bit more what he wants from them. He should have a more understanding of which players he can rely on and go up. And so I'm expecting a better Man United if he's not heavily rotating and things like that to rest players. If he's taking it seriously
already, they ended his goal.
Yeah, you should be even more competitive than you were. Like, obviously, you went there with an onus to shut up shop. It's going to be interesting to see if he goes more front foot this time, considering, you know, the loss of Saka and things like that, the missing attackers. And so I want to see. I'm going to be very curious of how Amorim sets up in the approach to the game. So I think we've got to put a bit of onus on Amorim to get a good performance in this game from Man United and not get rolled over. You can't just get rolled over.
I don't think we'll get rolled over. As I said, we haven't got rolled over by any of the big teams. Not even everyone expected us to lose 10-0 against Liverpool, and we did it.
That'd be
that'd be competitive. Do you know what I mean?
But the pressure, I get what you're saying, and I do want to look at the improvements, mainly because I'm a United fan. So I want to see the improvements that we carry on into every game.
Yeah,
and
that makes
it is the only. This is the first time we're going to play a team twice under Amorim. So let's see how much he learned from the first game, especially that was only a month ago. However, the pressure is mainly on Arteta. There is pressure on Ruben for certain things.
The bigger pressure is definitely
should be on
Arteta. If this got some of these